This week on 4 Wide Weekly, it's Florida Flashback Take 2, Big Block Modified Style. You guys told us you wanted more big blocks, so here you go. Night number 1 of the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds in Florida, always a popular sight at the Volusia Speedway Park. And it would feature Danny Johnson pulling out to a commanding lead, and after a few caution flags bunching up the field, Timmy Fuller and Alan Johnson entered into a heated battle for second. But it was the doctor, Danny Johnson, able to pull away to a commanding 12-car lead. But after a monster of a hit by Dave Rauscher in the 48T car, that would bring out the second red flag of the race as we take a look at that destroyed machine driven by the Big Show. But that would set up a 6-lap shootout for the win. And Timmy Fuller in the 74 would take a shot at Johnson, but would have no luck. Shepard would take a look at third, but no one had anything for the doctor. As Danny Johnson would pull away for the win, Tim Fuller in second, Johnson in third, Shepard in fourth, and Jimmy Horton rounds out the top 5.
Danny, congratulations. Survival of the fittest, but you were the fastest. Yeah, I tell you, I got to credit my crew for giving me such a great hot rod.
Night number 2 for the big blocks was rained out and forced to be a day show, and it would take a few different tries to get lap 1 into the books in this one as the dust flies down there in corners number 3 and 4. But when they were able to get going, it was Alan Johnson pulling out to a commanding lead, and no one would have anything for AJ Slideways, as he would win in convincing fashion over Pete Britton, Stuart Friesen, Mario Claire, and Tim Fuller in the top 5.
26 years ago since you pulled off one of these deals here at Volusia. Know it got to feel good. Congratulations.
Yeah, it really does. Draw was key today. With the weather, with the sun out and the weather, you had to draw up front, and we were just fortunate to get the number 1 draw.
Night number 3 for the Super Dirt Car Series Big Block Modifieds would feature a fierce battle between Lightning Larry White and Super Matt Shepard, touching wheels at times, trading the lead with every single turn. Later, flip-flopping lanes trying to get an advantage on a mid-race restart, White would slide up, letting the corporate jet Brett Hearn pass, but that wouldn't last long, as Lightning Larry White would take it back just 1 lap later to the low side in corner number 1. Later on, the doctor, Danny Johnson, he would find the high side out of turn number 2, flying past turn down the back straightaway, setting sail at White, but he was unable to close the gap. Matt Shepard in 9S would build a huge lead until a late race caution would set up a 5-lap dash to the finish. White in 99 would get past Shepard, building a 5-car lead with 2 laps to go. But again, a caution would bunch them up. Shepard and White would hit wheels, leaving the door open for the doctor to the inside in corner number 1. Johnson would eventually make his way past White for position number 2, but nobody would have anything for the Superman, Matt Shepard, as he would streak across the line to pick up his first win of the Super Dirt Car Series season. Johnson across the line in second, ahead of White in third.
I'll tell you what, I think the fans got their money's worth in that race. We were battling for a long time, and I finally was able to get by him there, and I felt pretty comfortable, and I took it too easy on that second to last restart. I got a little complacent, and I said I'm not going to let it happen again. I make sure I drove that thing down off into 1 that last time.
Night number 4 for the Super Dirt Car Series saw 30 big block modifieds take the green, and it was a hard-charging Tim Fuller battling his way into the 3rd spot here with Andy Bicchetti in 34. Later, some hard racing between Matt Shepard and Brett Hearn battling for 8th on lap 18. Shepard would eventually come to a stop on the front straightaway, bringing out the yellow. His crew would have to go to work on the 9S machine, changing the right rear tire, forcing Matt to the rear on the restart. Remember this. On the restart, keep your eye on Rob Bellinger here in car number 8, as he managed to pass a few cars on the inside, including the 74 of Tim Fuller. But the man on the move was the 9S machine of Matt Shepard further back, as Bellinger makes another move on the 99L of Larry White into corner number 1. Shepard, though, after changing that right rear tire, truly was the man on the move, picking his way through the field. A series of cautions would bunch the field up, letting Shepard get up to the top 5 with 11 laps to go, setting Shepard up to fly on by both Hearn and Larry White, putting him in position number 2, trying to chase down leader Robbie Bellinger in the 8 machine. A late race caution would set up a 10-lap slugfest between Bellinger, who had never won a Super Dirt Car Series main, and Matt Shepard, who had passed 29 cars since pitting on lap 15. Bellinger would get the advantage. The man on the move further back, once again, was Timmy Fuller, making all the right moves on the high side of the speedway. But out in front, it was Robbie Bellinger in car number 8, pulling on to his first Super Dirt Car Series A main victory. Bellinger beat out Matt Shepard with Hearn in 3rd, Fuller in 4th, and Larry White with his 2nd place finish. Matt Shepard would go on to win the Gator Championship.
Yeah, this is the biggest race we've ever won in my whole career, and it feels awesome, you know, just to come all the way down here and be able to take one home. It's great.
What happened down here just a few laps in with the right rear tire?
I'll tell you what, they dropped the green about lap 10. My car just died. I was going nowhere but towards the back. I said, man, we're in trouble here. So I didn't know if I had a right rear going down or what. So we pitted and put another tire on it. And I had all but written this off. And that thing.
Well, I wrote you off. How in the world did you come all the way back through?
I don't know, but then all of a sudden that thing come alive. And I got up there and I was kind of riding around. Then I was able to sneak up to 2nd. I said, holy cow, we might have a shot at winning this race. And you know, Robbie was just too good tonight. Congratulations to him. I wouldn't rather get beat by anybody else.
Why don't you hoist that trophy for us? Ladies and gentlemen, your champion, Matt Shepard.
They're bigger, badder, and flat out faster. And now they're coming to your town. It's the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. See reigning champ Jason Myers, the King Steve Kinzer, Red Hot Donnie Schatz, and all of sprint car racing superstars. Don't miss your only chance to witness the greatest show on dirt.
Be there for the Outlaws' return to Calistoga Speedway. Tickets are on sale now, and advanced reserve seats include a free fan pit pass. Best of all, kids general admission just $9. Get them online at worldofoutlaws.com. Saturday, March 31st only. Calistoga Speedway.
The World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series invaded Thunderbolt Raceway on Friday night for their 2-night doubleheader. And it was a hard-charging Tim Kading in car number 83 working his way through the field, getting past Jason Sides, and then setting his sights on race leader Steve Kinzer. Kading would eventually chase Kinzer down, and then he would power past on the high side in corner number 3 to take the lead on lap number 6. While working lap traffic later on, the 6 machine of Bill Rose gets sideways Kinzer with nowhere to go in the Bass Pro Shops. Car number 11 taking Kinzer out of the running as he would head to the infield. At that point, that's when the rains would come, putting a pause on the race. Racing would resume, however, with 10 to go. Kading would power away going into corner number 1, but it was the 1 machine, the Big Game Tree Stands car of Sammy Swindell, getting sideways. Lucas Wolf with nowhere to go in car number 5. Both would go over onto their lid, bringing out the red flag. Each driver was okay. When the race resumed, no one had anything for the Kading machine, as he would outlast the rest of the field and the reins to become the first repeat winner on the Outlaw season. Delansky would come across in 2nd with Sides in 3rd, Terry McCarl in 4th, and Joey Salzana in position number 5. Night number 2 would fall victim to the rains.
Man, I don't know. You know, knock off 2 wins out of 3 races with the Outlaws. We're just out here swinging away, hitting home runs all night. We've been good every night.
They're 4 wide and coming right at you. It's the World of Outlaws Sprint Cars. See reigning champ Jason Myers, the King Steve Kinzer, Red Hot Donnie Schatz, and all the sprint car racing superstars. They're bigger, badder, and flat out faster. Don't miss your chance to see the greatest show on dirt.
The World of Outlaws Sprint Cars return to Silver Dollar Speedway for the Chico Mini Gold Cup weekend. 2 giant shows, March 23rd and 24th. Get your discounted 2-day ticket packages now at worldofoutlaws.com. Silver Dollar Speedway, Chico.
With the Mini Gold Cup at Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico coming up next weekend for the World of Outlaws Sprint Car Series, we sat down with a couple of the drivers to see what they think of the track and what their expectations are for the race.
To win. I mean, all of our races we go to, we expect to win. So we just got to go in there and be solid. And we've definitely had speed in our car. We just can't finish it off in the feature. So hopefully out here in the West Coast we can figure out a way to finish it off and keep our car up front.
Well, I think it's a facility that's got probably the most history behind it, and they've done a lot more racing there than all the other places. But it's you know, any racetrack we go to we like, and you know, it's definitely fun to go there and see the big events that they put on.
You know, I'm excited about going up to Chico, and I think it levels the playing field, because it's that short track racing that we don't actually get on that smaller racetracks that often with the Outlaw deal. That's changed a little bit over the years, but historically the Outlaws run on a lot of the bigger racetracks. So when you come to California and you get on that short track, it levels the playing field a little bit with the California locals that run there 6 or 7 times a year and do a great job. So it's always a great race. It's where I won my first ever sprint car race years ago, and we're lucky enough to win Gold Cup there just a couple of years ago. So we love going there, looking forward to it, and to have 2 nights there in the spring and the fall is pretty exciting.
Well, it's just they've had a pretty good local show where they run quite a few races there during the year, so those guys get pretty tuned into that place. And you know, out here most of these are smaller or heavier, you know, bumpier tracks than what we usually get back east. So it's different, but you know, there too I've run well, you know, most of the time. You know, the last few years we've had a little more experience maybe there with running for Tom Rolfe and his car. So looking forward to being there and hopefully getting a win.
It's definitely something we look forward to, because Chico, we've got the Gold Cup coming there in, when is that, September, and it's a big race. So we need to run good there, and we're looking forward to it. Hopefully you'll get a good run and we have a solid foundation for when we come back in September.
Well, I hope so. Obviously you want to win everywhere, but it's always a tough track because there's a lot of good locals. They all seem to run pretty well there, and we sometimes have a tough time there as travelers coming into a tough local area. It makes it certainly tougher, but they're usually just starting their season. So for us, we have a little bit of a momentum going that we've been racing for a little while, and hopefully that'll pay off for us at Chico.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, they get to run on the track quite a bit, and you know, it's a short little bull rink. You gotta be quick. You gotta have your car handling. You gotta have luck on your way when you get up there, because it's definitely good competition.
It's just a bull ring, and it's just a racy little place, and you just have to hustle your car the whole race, and it's pretty demanding. All these tracks out here are pretty tough, and you just can't give up on your car and just keep digging, and hopefully you come out of there with a good result.
You know, it's such a variance. We can go there and it can be heavy rough, or we can be dry slick. So I think adaptability is the key. Adapting to the racetrack and being on top of it for the conditions.
Be sure to join us for next week's edition of 4 Wide Weekly as we bring you all the highlights from the Mini Gold Cup at Silver Dollar Speedway in Chico, California.